In a small, beautiful town called Pine Valley in the U.S. state of Vermont lived a young man named David. David was a baker by profession. He had a small bakery shop right in the middle of the town where he sold bread, pastries, and muffins. David was not very happy. Lately, his bakery business was doing quite poorly. He could not keep up with the competition from the big supermarkets. His machinery had become old, and the sales in his shop had dropped so much that he was struggling to pay the bills. One day in the early winter, Mr. Anderson, the manager of the town's most elite Pine Ridge Country Club, came to David. He said, "David, we have a big Thanksgiving event coming up at our club. We will need fresh and premium quality bread and pastries for 100 people every day. Can you take on this responsibility?" To David, this was like winning the lottery. He agreed immediately. But the problem was that premium quality organic flour and real butter cost a lot. An evil idea crossed his mind. He thought, if I use cheap artificial flavors, preservatives, and low-quality flour, no one will notice, and my profit will be doubled. The first few days went well, but on Thanksgiving Day, a VIP guest of the club suffered severe food poisoning after eating that pastry. Mr. Anderson investigated and found that the pastries were made with extremely low quality and old ingredients. The next day, Mr. Anderson came to David's bakery. Standing in front of the shop in everyone's presence, he said, "David, you have cheated me and the whole town. You played with people's health for profit. From today, all our contracts with you are canceled." This news quickly spread throughout Pine Valley. The townspeople boycotted David's bakery. David completely broke down in shame and despair. That night, David decided he would leave this town and move to a big city like New York or Chicago. No one would know him there, and he would start life anew. The next morning, he loaded his essentials into his old Ford pickup truck and started driving along the highway out of town. Around noon, he reached a mountain road. Suddenly, the sky turned dark and heavy snowfall began. Right then, smoke started coming out of his car's engine, and the car broke down in the middle of the road. David punched the steering wheel and said, "My luck is just bad. Why does God always do this to me?" By then, a tow truck came and stopped there. An old mechanic named Sam got out of his vehicle and opened the hood of David's truck. He shook his head and said, "Young man, you haven't changed the engine oil of this car for the last 2 years. If you don't do maintenance, machines will inevitably break down. Why are you blaming luck for your own negligence?" Sam's words hit David a little hard. Sam towed his truck and took it to a nearby old motel and diner. As the road was closed due to the snowfall, David had to take shelter at the diner that very night. In the evening, David was drinking coffee while sitting by the diner's window. Suddenly, there was a loud noise outside. Unable to bear the weight of the snow, the roof of an old wooden shed next to the diner collapsed with a crash. The owner of the diner, an old man named Arthur, came to serve coffee at David's table and said, "I knew this would break. The shed was painted beautifully on the outside, but the wood inside was termite-eaten and rotten. If the foundation is not strong, nothing lasts, be it a house or a person's character." The words pierced David's heart like an arrow. He realized that he too was just like that rotten wooden shed. He portrayed himself as an honest baker on the outside, but deep down, he had cheated for profit. David openly told Arthur his whole story. After hearing everything, Arthur placed his hand on his shoulder and said, "Listen, boy, 30 years ago, I was a renowned contractor in this state. To save money, I used to build houses with cheap materials. One day, the roof of a house I built collapsed. My license was revoked, and I went bankrupt." David asked in astonishment, "What did you do then?" Arthur smiled. "I didn't run away from the town. I worked as a simple mason's helper for 10 years. I understood the value of honesty and hard work.
Then I built this diner with my own hands. Remember, David, making a mistake is not a crime, but running away from your mistakes is the biggest foolishness. Failure is life's greatest teacher." David couldn't sleep that night. The words of Arthur and Sam kept ringing in his ears. The next morning, when the snowfall stopped, David turned his repaired car back towards Pine Valley instead of New York. He would not run away anymore. Returning to the town, David went to Mr. Anderson first of all. Showing no excuses, he bowed his head and said, "I cheated. I broke your trust and the trust of the townspeople. I am truly very ashamed." After that, he went down every street in the town and apologized to his old customers. Many turned their faces away, but David did not give up. He opened his shop again. This time, he threw away all the cheap ingredients. He started buying the best quality wheat and pure butter from local farmers. He started waking up at 4 in the morning every day to make authentic sourdough bread with his own hands. He made very little profit from this, but the quality was absolutely flawless. About 6 months later, one day an assistant of Mr. Anderson secretly bought a loaf of bread from David's shop. In the afternoon, Mr. Anderson came to David's shop himself. He smiled and said, "David, I ate your bread today. Its taste is extraordinary. I could see how honestly you have been working over the past few months. Our club wants to give you a second chance." Tears came to David's eyes. "Thank you so much, sir." A few years later, David became the most respected and successful bakery owner in the town of Pine Valley. One day, a new employee asked him, "Boss, what is the secret to this incredible success of yours?" Looking out the window, David smiled softly and said, "There is only one secret. Shortcuts always lead to the abyss. I had lost everything once, but I learned that you can never win if you run away from your mistakes. Face your mistakes, learn from them, and build everything anew on a strong foundation of honesty. Failure is the most trustworthy guide to success." The story is over, but David's oven is still hot. If this story has brought even a little sweet taste to your mind, just like the fresh muffins and sourdough bread from David's shop, then without looking for any shortcuts, quickly give the video a like. And yes, subscribe and share the channel to become part of our little family. I promise there will be no rotten pastries or stale bread in the next story. I will show up with completely fresh and fun adventures straight out of the oven.